Hello everybody. Well, Thursday edition of the PRITCHARD cycle. Listen, right? One of those people that hit that dislike button before the video even starts. Stop. Just stop. Take a breath. Hit that dislike button. Just now. Now go by your day, don't you have to watch the video. If you've not already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you know about our videos. Without further ado, let's get into today's first up in the news on this podcast because the podcast. Absolutely. Stephen Bartlett, diary of the CEO, he sold his social media company for tens of millions of pounds a few months ago. He did this podcast where he gets on influential people, CEOs, successful people, and on this week's episode, none other than Fran Miller, CEO of Team Ineos, CEO now of Bellstar sponsor Team Ineos, which I think is because I think it's just Rattler Bones. Bellstar, Conway, I don't know. I don't mind Bellstar. Used to be like a shitty brand, like this is deadly, but now David Beckham, but anyway, go check out the podcast because it's a really good insight into her, into her life, into the experience she went through when her brother got caught doping, and just loads of cycling content in there. So go check it out. Link is down in the description. This one, Tour at Sufferlandry. If you've not seen it, Sufferfest, the training app, they do the Tour at Sufferlandry. It's normally 9 days of hard, intense training sessions. So it's reduced to 7 days, and I'm going to take part. It starts on Sunday. Now, if you want to be part of it, again, link down in the description. Go and register yourself and be part of the Tour at Sufferlandry. It's the hardest training sessions you're ever allowed to do. I'm going to make a video about it. I'm not going to live stream it because right on! We just don't have the same numbers as this, right? Stop bothering. But I do want to make a video of how intense and how hard it is, so we'll condense all the training into a little vlog, I think, and see how it goes. There's probably not going to be much streaming next week, so we'll make sure there's a video more than makes up for it. Now, if you want to be part of it, like I said, the link is down in the description. Make a small donation to the David Finney Foundation, and then you can buy the Tour of Sufferlandry. Next up, let's talk racing news for a little bit now. A lot of race organisers are starting to put out their start list of teams that have been invited to their races, and one team missing from the invitation list of the Giro d'Italia 2021 is a team I thought they would have got an invite. Technically, I can see why, because they're not an Italian team, and the invite went elsewhere, and the one team that got qualified by their ranking on the UCI point was obviously Alison Phoenix. But what I'm trying to get at is that RKS Sensei didn't get an invite because those invites went to the Italian teams instead. Which, when you think about it, of course they wanted the Italian teams there. But you think they want the likes of Nairo Quintana there. Someone who could actually win the Tour. Out of the 3 teams that got invited, you don't want them to be fighting for GC there. Might get a few breaks, probably won't win any stages. So why not bring Nairo in, who stands a chance of mixing it up in the GC, making it a look, or we just think it's not. So they look like the obviously you have all the 19 World Tour teams headed to the Giro. On top of that, you've got the UCI top ranked Pro Continental team, which is obviously Alison Fenix, so they make the cut there. And then the invited team of Bariani, CSF, Pizzani, Elo Cometa, Iolo Cometa, and Vini Sambu all receiving invitations. And remember, Iolo Cometa, that's a team run by Alberto Contador and Ivan Basso. Listen, I'm not a race organizer. I don't care. But I would have liked to see Nairo Quintana there. I would have liked to see Conor Swift potentially going there. And again, because it's not the Tour de France, he could have potentially got himself in a new race. He could have potentially shown his cards a little more. And obviously protected Nairo like he did in the Tour de France. Nairo finish. Nairo could have potentially gone on to win the Giro d'Italia in 2021. I don't know. But what do you think of those invitations? The good thing about obviously Ivan Basso and Alberto Contador's TV there, this is from a purely selfish point of view, is that potentially the likes of Mark Christie, who rides with them, and John Archibald could be making their Grand Tour debut. Speaking of racing news, we spoke last week or the week before, I can't remember, about Remco Evenepoel's having to take these short breaking his training because he was starting to feel a lot of pain when he was sat down in the saddle for a long period of time while he was building his training back up after that ill-advised crash. Took a few weeks off, I think it was 3 weeks he took off, but he's back. And guess what, he's back? He's back on the way. So bad, they put some rides and you can see he's keeping it relatively short, relatively easy, keeping it pretty flat, but just slowly increasing that kilometerage, increasing that time in the saddle, and hopefully he's going to be moving back to full training pretty bloody soon. Next up in the news, shots have been fired from Matteo Trentin, who's clearly angry at a lot of riders in the professional peloton. On cycling news, Trentin hit back at rider criticism of UCI Super Cup ban. No one can say they weren't informed, so maybe spend less time on TikTok and be proactive when it comes to making cycling safer. Matteo Trentin has moved to clarify and reject claims that his fellow professional riders were not informed or involved in the decision-making process that led to the controversial ban of both the Super Cup and forearm on aero bars positions as part of a wide-ranging UCI initiative to improve rider safety. Trentin told Cycling News, no one this time can say they weren't informed. I'm sorry to say that they need to check their emails and download the new rules. To tweet that they were not informed is easy, but email the central that 800 riders, and I can tell you that only 16 riders downloaded the information. If someone wanted to disagree when the proposals were made, they had many chances, but there was very little response. Quite angry about what is now being said. Previously we could have said that the communication wasn't the best and the riders weren't informed, but this time that's not the case. This time it was clear. People with no punches in the traffic to be fair to it. He has got a point. Riders are coming out complaining on social media saying that they shouldn't be banning these positions, they should be concentrating on other things, and to a degree, I agree. But handlebars that are on a bike are good enough for the job intended. If you want to get aero, you get as aero as you can by holding onto the drop and putting yourself down. You don't have to drop onto the top tube. Right? It's not like the handlebars aren't any good for the intended use that they were designed for. So why don't you just accept that they're the rules and they're in place for the rider's safety? Because like we said a couple of shows ago, if something does happen to the rider in position, or their arms on the forearms on the top of the bar, then you know people are going to be complaining saying, why didn't the UCI do something about that? The UCI have tried to solve something before it actually happens. Which is not a bad thing. Like, it's not going to change in any way, shape or form the racing. The race is not going to get any slower. The race is not going to get any worse. So, what's the matter? So, Trentin has got a point, and I think, what do you think? Leave comments down below. The race still continues, and if you've got any more new reviews on it, let me know. If you still think that finding it is stupid, and the UCI should be doing something else, then let me know also down in the comments below. Alright, next up, that previous story of the UCI segued me right into this new section of the show presented by Laura from the Peloton Group. Now, if you're an OG viewer, you'll probably see me and Laura talking last year when we were talking about the Tour de France and the Giro Rosa. But we decided to give her own piece. We decided to say, hey, Laura, fill in the gap. So what Laura's going to be doing is picking a topic every week or when there's something to talk about. She's going to be heading into the new show and she's going to be giving her opinion right from inside the professional peloton. So last week we saw the announcement of the EF Pro Cycling kit and their compliance video. Pulled me, had me cool, I would like, that's such a cool idea. But Laura, she has a different opinion on it also. Laura, welcome to the show. take it away.
Hey Chris, how you doing? We're here reporting in sadly not so sunny here today. It has quite a lot yet. New little segment I'm doing with you guys, a little quick fire. What's on Lord's mind? What's the inside scoop from the cycling? Well, I just wanted to take a quick moment, Chris, to talk through with you what's going on with the EF kit. So let's go back to last year, to the Giro, when EF launched their Palace collaboration duck kit. So they launched that under, a lot, very cloak and dagger. Nobody knew what it was going to look like. I believe it was even riders before it was launched. When they launched it, they showed up on the first day, or team presentation day, in this new kit, and the UCI promptly levied fines on them. And the reason this happened is because the kit change was not put through to the UCI before. There is a reason that this happens every year before a season starts, so actually in the year before. Each team will submit their kit for the year to the UCI, including the bike, the colors, the makeup, the helmets, every detail goes to the UCI, so the UCI can see and approve the kit. What is the reason for this? It's a regulation, but it's a regulation that in this case actually makes a lot of sense, maybe a bit more sense than, an invisible arrow bar tuck ban or whatever is going on these days. But the reason it's there is to protect the teams, the riders, from a team, for instance, changing the kit every single week as they see fit. Could you imagine that if every time there was a new race, a team had a new kit, and they just said, today we want to be in purple, and the fans wouldn't know what was going on, and maybe it would look like it was another kit. Or maybe there's a sponsor that has signed an agreement based on what a kit looks like and the placement of a logo on a kit, and then the team changes that, and it might actually be bad for any of the stakeholders of the sport. Of course, there's always issues as well regarding when there's a yellow kit in the Tour de France, and whether it comes from the New Jersey, and a lot of teams will do special kits for the Tour de France, of course, which are signed off by the UCI. So the reason that EF for cycling was fined last year at the Giro was not because of what the kit looked like, it was simply because the kit had not been sent in for approval by the UCI. And I can guarantee you this was a very planned marketing activation by the team around, but it was very good marketing, very good activation. They then had this story that, oh my god, the UCI is evil, look at us, they fined us for our kit, we can't comply, and they built this whole story around it, and they sold it all for so much money, and now even, you go look on eBay and find one of their caps, and it's like over $100 for a bloody site. So they've done great. Moving forward, next year, bloody end of January, we still haven't seen the EF kit. Now come on guys, you've actually just done a whole story and a whole new kit about how this kit complies. It never didn't comply. They just failed to send it in to have it checked. They failed to have a basic regulation that Jonathan Waters would have known, because I remember in many, many years that Garmin or Cannondale, as that team, submitted special kits to the Tour de France. Take a look at 2015, the first year they were in Cannondale colors, and they had a black and green jersey. At the Tour de France, the jersey was switched to a green and blue jersey. Of course, at that time, Jonathan Waters and his management team would have submitted that kit to the UCI ahead of the Tour de France. So this case is no different. Rafa, EF, great job. Again, you have tricked a lot of people, but let's be very clear about something. There are some reasons and some rules that the UCI has that do make sense. And one of them is that you guys can't change a kit every week, every month, whenever you want, because the reason they ask for it to be signed off. You've done a great job with your marketing, but please, don't try to tell us that this is because you just wanted to comply, and just say it. It's just because you want to sell more jerseys.
And finally, in the news, I talk about this story that just kind of just came out last night. It's Josh Loden has unofficially broken the women's world hour record. But hold on, they say the women's world hour record appears to have fallen with Josh Loden from drop cycling riding 48.1 kilometers in a training simulation. However, as a result of not being the time, Victoria Bussi's mark of 48 kilometers stands in the history book. Loden's ride appeared briefly on Strava for the activity of the state driver. The only public announcement today of Loden's impressive effort has been from Sean Yates. He tweeted out breaking news, unofficial world record for coach rider Josh wild. And then Dan Biggers also tweeted out saying, women's hour record, unofficial, not out of the park tonight. I don't know. I don't know the full record because it was done in training. But an official attempt from a can't be that far away. Anyway, leave comments down below. I'll keep the interest alive for that hour record. I've never really... So yeah, leave your comments down. Leave your comments down below on what you think to those unofficial attempts at the hour record. I like that they keep the fire alive for the hour record. Obviously, Dan still wants to go for it. Dan clearly potentially go for it at altitude. Like John Archibald, we spoke about it earlier, he could go for it. Josh is definitely going to go for an official record at some point. Oh, before we go, make sure you leave a comment down below. I want to know what you want Laura to talk about next time on this show. Leave your comments down. You know where to leave your comments. Just do it down there and tell us what you would like to hear Laura's opinion on. Let us know if you enjoyed it. Let us know if you enjoyed the show. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. You know when we go live with our videos. And I will see you on the next one. Friday, the PRITCHARD Cycling News Show. 3 news shows this week. Anybody think I had to talk about? There's a few news stories down today. So without further ado, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, you know when we go live with our videos. Without further ado, let's get into the news. First up in the news, let's talk F1 star Fernando Alonso has been involved in a road traffic accident with cycling over in Switzerland. His F1 team put out this statement over on Twitter saying, Upland F1 team confirmed that Fernando Alonso has been involved in a road accident while cycling in Switzerland. Fernando has been conscious and well in himself and he will go to medical examination tomorrow morning. Upland F1 team will confirm the statement at this point in time. Several dates will be given tomorrow. Over in Italy, Gazzetta dello Sport wrote a story saying Alonso hit by bike, that's bad. Fractured jaw, outback, conscious, aorta. Taking the news story saying he fractured his jaw, he's damaged his knee, and it seems that Alonso has gotten away with it. Unfortunately, we don't have any more information on what actually happened in the accident. His fault was his car fault, what was involved in it, and it's also speculation. In fact, Neil Helden's under that one line. Answer means this. How will this affect his Formula 1 team? Will it affect it? Is he capable of winning the World Championship anymore at 39 years old? I don't know. But yeah, it's not a great start to the season. 2, 7, 9, 5, 25, 3. Luckily, it looks like he doesn't have any fracture the jaw, but that is great. But I'm not going to find another day. So our well wishes are with Fernando Alonso. Doesn't want to show, never heard of it, but and that will come. Next up, we touched yesterday on the Giro d'Italia and the race organisers announcing what teams will be there. The Strada Bianchi has just released their start list for the women's race. 23 teams are going to be taking part in the women's Strada Bianchi. That's awesome. So there's going to be 9 women's World Tour teams, 6 top-ranked continental teams, and 8 wildcard teams. Hopefully in that starting lineup of the 23 teams, you have the new goals in the to see how she fared against movie stars and losers. Now, sticking with the Women's World Tour, it's something I mentioned to John earlier in the week. Former Ineos Grenadiers CEO Brad Miller actually spoke in a recent Rouleur magazine interview about the potential and possibility of a Team Sky women's team within their setup. But unfortunately, it was rejected at the board level. Follow cycling news, Miller told Rouleur that she met with Diamond after her silver medal performance in the 2012 Olympics and Rouleur by Marathon Club to discuss the potential to create a winning program with Team Sky. She also said she believed that there was an early opportunity to build a winning team following its whole club situation in the 2008 Beijing Olympic Games. Miller said we were pushing and raising it at every board meeting. There was a window of opportunity at the early outset of post-Beijing era where we could have done something to really shift the dial. It was a decision that was made at Sky board level. I don't think it was a decision we should prepare with. We're not seizing the opportunity was, with hindsight and time, there was a generation of young women that did it now. Really had to lay their own trail and have many others. Clearly, it was an oversight from Team Sky, from Sky sponsors. They could have put, I mean, the men's budget is £35 to £40 million for euros nowadays. It doesn't cost that much to run a Olympic team now anymore. That's not sure. But they don't need a budget of 30 to 40 this year. So a budget of £1 million, £2 million will be more than sufficient to start that team and get that ball rolling. It surprises me that they weren't the first to do this because clearly there's been loads of women teams, but no team has taken it to that level where it needs to go to get women cycling rolling the way it should. I'm not saying the teams that aren't around now aren't doing a good job. Back in 2010, 2008, there was a real opportunity, like Frank said, to really step it up a level, take it to the next level, to show that women's cycling is worth investing in. Give those riders that opportunity and that chance to earn good money, good racing, good races, and bring on bigger sponsors, bring on bigger races, revenues in, riders in, well, they're not getting the riders in, I'm not saying Team Ineos and Team Sky were the only thing stopping that from happening, but it's starting to thrive. Slowly but surely it's starting to thrive. But I do feel like Team Ineos Grenadiers are missing a massive opportunity in not having a winning team on the World Cup team. As always, leave comments down below. What do you think about time that Team Ineos Grenadiers stepped up to the plate and brought in a winning team? Let me know down below. Now, yesterday we saw the Tour de la Provence start. Stage 1 was it was a really good race. It was nice to see racing back. It's the first time I've actually sat and watched the race. Julian Alaphilippe, Julian Ciccone, Johnny Mofton, step away like that was some good riding. They tried to get a 3-man break towards the end of the race. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. But what I loved about it, Alaphilippe tried one last dig right towards the end, about 3 pages or something like that, a little crest. He had an attack, it didn't work out, they got caught. And what did he do? He went and sat on the front of the peloton to help drag it out, to help his teammates. What a boy. But the real point is, this moment here in the race, with less than a kilometre to go, we spoke in the past week about the UCI banning aerosols, banning forearms on bars and foot valves, banning throwing balls out of the peloton. But how about banning race organisers that deem this fine in the race finish? We spoke about the race finish last weekend, going through a roundabout with 500 metres to go, mud on the floor, just wow, but look at this! Zero warning. One line went down, you just saw it right at the back of it, tight. But how that didn't cause an absolute massive pile-up? Nothing wrong with that being there, nothing wrong with coming in. Someone on there, blocked off one side of it, so you can't go around the left side, you can only go around the right side. How difficult is that? A few counts. If I would have directed them along the side of the curve, everyone would have come into that finish point. I've been a little bit stiff. But if the road would have said that, or someone has noticed that, and the riders have been made aware of it, and then boom, they all got to the fine. I mean, luckily, they all got to the fine, but come on now. Zero warning that thing was there, and that was a big raised curve. One or two of them hit that at the front of the peloton. But what is the answer? What is the answer? Do they find the organisers of the race and say that wasn't good enough? Do they put more money into safety? Do they spend more time researching the routes to make sure that they are safer? Now, do these routes look slightly different in a car than they do on a bike when the whole peloton is coming towards it? Do the race organisers go down that road and not even notice that because they think, right, all the riders are going to this part here, the whole go down there, we don't need to worry about that. I really don't know the answer, but when you see it from the front view, and you see all those riders coming up, and you see how they split, how lucky they all were, you can't think to yourself, which idiot missed that? Which idiot thought that was safe? Anyway, I don't know. Let me know your comments down below. And I don't want you to do that. Well, how many people then? I joke about playing them. They're just a massive body. There's no way of getting around them. The fact that they're showing these races that wouldn't normally be televised is pretty amazing. And the price makes the whole as well. And I hate pushing people across the road platform. But if you want to watch races, especially races that you don't often get to see, it's not like you can't even watch it yet, so it's not like they're a competitor, they're not competitor. How can they be a competitor when they've got to do it? Why don't you, I'm not going to link it, but why don't you go and search for it and be able to find it, and they've got a decent offer on it, I don't know how long it'll last for. And that's it for today, that's it for this week. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you know when we live our videos. If you dislike the video for whatever reason, hit that dislike button, leave your comments down below. Before anybody comments on this, when's it coming back? Global pandemic is over. When bikes are readily available, we will bring it on a bike. And we can't wait to bring it back. When we bring it back, we want it to be much smoother for you, the user. We want it to be much easier for us to get a bike. And we want the whole experience to be a lot more stressful. We'll be back, so you don't need to more around it. Just 5 to 5. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great weekend, and I will see you again. How